All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are tackling a really powerful software design pattern. But, instead of just hitting you with dry theory, we're going to follow the story of a game developer named Alex. Their journey from total crisis to becoming a master of the craft is going to show us exactly why the abstract factory pattern is such a game changer. So, we're dropping you right into the middle of a disaster. This is Alex from Pixelcraft Games. Their game is a huge hit, but behind the scenes, oh man, it is a complete mess. That quote, that's the sound of a developer hitting a wall. A wall built of tangled code and way too much complexity. So the scene is Pixelcraft Games. Their big title, Dragon Realms, has absolutely exploded. Everyone wants it on mobile, on consoles, you name it. But here's the thing about that kind of success. It's creating a total architectural nightmare. And here it is. This is the nightmare in code. To get the game on every new platform, the team just kept jamming in more if-else blocks. If it's a PC, create PC-style buttons. Else if it's mobile, create mobile buttons. It sounds simple enough at first, right? But it quickly spirals into this tangled, buggy mess that nobody wants to touch. And this really gets to the why. Why did the code get so out of hand? Well, because you can't just slap a PC button onto a mobile screen and call it a day. A PC player is using a mouse. A mobile player is all about touch gestures. And a console player, they're on the couch with a controller looking at a TV. Each platform isn't just a different look. It's a completely different family of interactions. Just when things are looking really bad, a mentor, Emma, shows up. And she brings this whole new way of looking at the problem. She tells Alex, stop thinking about creating one button at a time. Start thinking about creating entire, consistent families of things. And that right there is the big mindset shift. And that brings us to the hero of our story, the abstract factory pattern. Now, the definition sounds a little academic, I know, but the key phrase is right there. Create families of related objects. It's basically a blueprint for making sure all your pieces, your buttons, your windows, your menus, all come from the same set and are guaranteed to work together perfectly. So let's take a look at the after picture. This is the new UI factory interface. Just compare this to that horrible if-else mess from before. It's so clean, it's simple, and crucially, it doesn't say anything about PC or mobile or console. It just makes a simple promise. I can create a button, and I can create a window. That's it. And this is the payoff. This is where it all comes together beautifully. The main game code is now totally separate from the platform-specific stuff. It has no idea what platform it's running on, and it doesn't care. It just gets a factory, asks for the UI parts it needs, and trusts that the factory will hand over a perfectly matched set. This is a huge, huge win for keeping the code clean and easy to manage. So let's just walk through how this works now. Step 1. When the game starts, it asks for the right factory for whatever platform it's on. Let's say the PC UI factory. Step 2, that factory then churns out a whole family of PC-specific components. Step 3, the game client just uses them, completely blind to what kind they are. And step 4, this is the magic part, compatibility is guaranteed. No more weird mobile menus showing up with PC buttons. It just works. Okay, so with this new system, Pixelcraft is absolutely crushing it. But the story's not over. Their success gets the attention of a computer science professor, Dr. Martinez, who shows up with a really sharp question. One that forces Alex to think even deeper about this stuff. And here's her challenge. There's another pattern out there called the factory method, and it's usually seen as a bit simpler. So she asks, why go through the trouble of using the more complex abstract factory? It is a fantastic question, and it really gets to the heart of when, and more importantly, why you choose this specific pattern. So Dr. Martinez breaks it down like this, and suddenly, it's crystal clear. The factory method is all about creating one type of object, letting subclasses decide the specifics. But abstract factory, it's all about creating whole families of related objects to make sure everything is compatible. So here's the bottom line. If you just need to create different versions of a single thing, like maybe a button, yeah, factory method could work just fine. But the second you need a button and a window and a menu that all have to look and feel like they belong together on the same platform, that's when you absolutely need an abstract factory to coordinate that entire family. Let's jump forward 3 years. Alex is no longer that stressed-out developer we first met. Not at all. They're now a well-known expert, and they've been invited to give the keynote address at the Game Developers Conference, ready to share everything they've learned. So on stage, Alex presents this really simple checklist they call the component family test. And it's just a super practical way for any developer to figure this out. You just ask yourself these questions. And if you're answering yes, especially to needing objects to work together in these compatible families, then yeah, Abstract Factory is almost certainly the right tool for the job. Then Alex shows that this idea goes way beyond gaming. This pattern is literally everywhere. Think about a payment system that has to deal with PayPal versus credit cards. Each one is its own family of components. Or a database system that needs to swap between MySQL and PostgreSQL. This problem of managing compatible families of components, it's universal. And Alex closes the keynote with this killer line, which is really the big lesson from this whole journey. Stop getting bogged down in optimizing individual little pieces. Start thinking about the harmony and consistency of the entire family. That is the secret to building software that can actually scale and last. And that brings us to the end. I'm going to leave you with the same question Alex left for that audience. Take a hard look at your own code, your own projects. What related objects are just crying out to be part of a consistent family? The answer to that question might just be your next big architectural breakthrough. Thanks for joining me.